Hi YouTube, it is Royal Star here. I just put a weave in my hair. I was trying the straight hair. It's okay. It's okay. It was kind of thin, so I thought I'd put it in like a bob. Anyway, so nothing has changed that much. I am still holding at 172. It's not going anywhere. Let's see. Let me just go over the stats for all the new people. Started this journey in 2010, September. At the day of surgery, I was about 272. My lowest weight was 168, and that was like in 2012. So it took about 2 years to get down past 100 pounds. And as of this year, the beginning of this year, 2016, January 2016, I went to do a physical. I knew I had gained some weight. I knew I had some regain, but I didn't know it was that much. The doctor weighed me. I was 201 pounds. So I went from 168 in 2012 to 2000 to all these twos. I went from 168 in 2012 and ballooned up to 201 pounds January 2016. So it took 4 years to get up to 200, to gain, what did I gain? 40 pounds. Now, while I was gaining that weight, first of all, I know what I did wrong. Mainly, I thought that all I had to do was, let me back up a little. I thought all I had to do was eat like I normally eat, which was bad already. That's how I ballooned up to 272. But I'll eat in smaller portions or whatever, because, you know, with the VSG surgery, you know, you eat smaller portions. So I figured I'd be okay. And plus, you know, in those first 2 years, the weight is just dropping off. Everything's great. Anyway, so in January 2016, I made a commitment to find out what would be the best way of eating for me. It had to be something that was sustainable, something that was realistic for me, and something that was going to help me get down, you know, to not only my goal weight, but just get rid of the 40 pounds that I gained, you know. 160, I was very comfortable at 168, but because I'm so short, I'm 4'11", I think that's better. Okay. I have to lean. Because I'm only 4'11", 168 was still considered overweight. It wasn't even overweight, it still was obese. So I just knew I was going to make it down to at least 140. In order for me, on that stupid BMI chart, in order for me to be normal weight, it's like between 118 and 125, which is, I can't even imagine, you know, being that small. I think I'd be comfortable in the 150s, maybe 140s even. I remember when I was about 19, I think I was about 140, which was still considered plus size back then, because I think I was wearing, back then, for some reason back then, and this was like the late 80s, a size 14 was smaller, because I was wearing a 14. I think, yeah, I was wearing a 14 at like 135, 140 pounds. At 1920, I was about 1920. I've always been overweight. I got morbidly obese as I started having children and got older. I don't think I've shared this with you. I am actually 49 years old. I'll be celebrating my 50th birthday next February. So the goal is to at least get down to like 160 or 150. I want something realistic, to maybe another 20 pounds by then. If I can do that, that'd be great. Right now I'm at a standstill at a stall. Number one, because I've introduced a little bit of carbs back in my life, which I'm regretting a little bit now, even though I'm not gaining any weight. But I'm kind of regretting it, but I'm not really sure why I'm doing it. I think it's because I'm just sick of eating keto. So the way of eating that I decided to do, which really works, and I love it, I actually love it, is the ketogenic diet, where you eat low carbs, very low carbs, and high fat. It worked. I was able to get down to 172 from 201 to 172. It took about 3 months. But the issue with that is you have to be really strict with your eating. It's very strict. Like you're just basically eating meat, meat and fat, some vegetables, no fruit. No, hardly any carbs. Definitely no bread, no crackers, no chips, none of that stuff. Which I don't even miss that. But somehow the bread has snuck back into my diet. And because it's not causing any issues for me, like I'm not saying any huge, I'm still 172. I think I might go up to like 174. And I know what that is. When you eat carbs, you start to retain water, and I know that's what it is, so I'm always like between 172 and 174, but I'm not going down any further, and I know I could, but somehow bread has snuck back in. So it started with a meeting. I went to a meeting about a month ago, and at the meeting, they had these mini sandwiches, like mini sandwiches, bread, with cheese and meat. Now, normally I would take it out of the bread and eat the meat and cheese, but I didn't. I ate the bread because it was a tiny sandwich. I ate it, and it's been downhill ever since. Like, once I started eating, got that taste of bread again. And mind you, I'm not a big bread eater. I don't eat a lot of bread. I never ate a lot of bread. My issue was always junk food. Candy, cookies, popcorn, cake, stuff like that. Not really bread. Bread wasn't my thing. Especially because when you have the VSG, the bread... it's hard you can't really enjoy a sandwich, really. The bread would have to be really thin, and the only thing that really slides down like that is crackers, things like that. I definitely don't eat crackers anymore. But anyway, so it's been downhill ever since. I ordered, last week I had onion pancakes, the green onion pancakes from the Chinese food restaurant near my job. Awesome. Pure flour, like the worst thing you could eat on a ketogenic diet. I know I'm not in ketosis anymore. Had that. Then the next day I had these damn sliders from Roy Rogers, the roast beef sliders. I'm like addicted to them. I'm like obsessed with them things. Then tonight, now this was new, I made mini slider cheeseburgers and bought the actual mini bread, and I ate them. I ate 2 of them. Now, it's within the macros because I had raised my carb macros up a little bit, just so that I can, have like my favorite fruit for the summer. I love cherries and grapes. So I raised my carbs up to about 30 grams instead of 20. Well, of course, eating bread goes way over that. I think I'm up to like 75 grams. It's a lot, maybe even more. Gotta get it together. That's not gonna work. It's not changing my weight, but I think it's gonna catch up to me. It's gonna sneak up to me, and then other things are gonna start to sneak in. I know it. Anyway, I'm up to 10 minutes. Anybody else? I know it's one other person that's doing keto in the community. I just want to give a shout out to her. She's doing really well. She's doing the bulletproof coffee. I never tried that. I just drink regular coffee with Splenda. But anyway, tell me about, little things that sneak up in your diet. Maybe you can help me out. All right. Anyway, have a wonderful week. And I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. Later.